quick. So Tammy, if you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, since we are started and we are live on the radio, we have the Jess FM app, which is free. You can download that with Android or smartphone. And that has a following of 2.5 million subscribers.
Wow, that's huge.
I know.
Awesome.
That's really great. I love it. We broadcast actually around the world with Jess TV and Jess FM radio. So welcome to all you listeners. Thank you for listening in on Debbz Den. We are in Lethbridge, Alberta, and we are downtown in the Jess Studio, radio studio here, radio TV channel studio. We also have our server going, and if you do want to watch us live there, and then you get all the bloopers and everything from there, the discussion that we have beforehand and everything, but there on the server, that is jessfm.ca, and that is on our webpage. Of course, the www's at the beginning. But I'll let Tammy talk for a little bit and talk about who she is, because she's quite a fabulous person. We are cousins, and it's always great to be in that vibration of family this time of year. So I definitely wanted Tammy to be on my show here before Christmas, since she's the one that brought me here in the first place. So Tammy, can you talk about yourself? And let's talk about your book a little bit too.
Sure. So I am Tammy Nickel, and I am a published author. My book is called Designed to Be Uniquely Me. It is available at Barnes & Noble, at Amazon, and at Chapters in the warehouse, and they will ship direct to your house if you're interested in having something purchased for a gift. It can be shipped directly to someone's house. My book is an autobiography, but it also has great information with regard to life hints and tips. I wrote the book mostly for women to have some great ideas about relationships and red flags, but what I'm finding is mostly men are reading the book, and of all ages. But it's allowing the men to have some great ideas as to how to treat women and things that they need to take care of to make their relationship better. So if you have a chance, pick up the book Designed to Be Uniquely Me, written by Anissa Blake. That's my pen name.
That sounds like something would be really good for a gift for a bad relationship.
It would be. Here, for next time. This time.
Yeah, well, not only a relationship, but maybe a relationship you want to save.
Yes,
that,
definitely.
You know, there's enough love there, but the communication isn't there. And, maybe that would help.
Absolutely. I'm also a Reiki master practitioner. I practice out of my home, and that is energy healing. Since we are all energy, it is very important to take care of our energy bodies, our spiritual bodies, as well as our mental and physical bodies. Taking care of ourselves at this time is of the utmost importance. So I have Reiki clients that come in and they're just all over the place, and then I help them to calm down, focus, take care of the things that they can take care of, and the energy healing helps to balance their chakras, grounds them a bit more, and helps them to gain clarity and get rid of some of the junk that's hanging on that we don't need.
And that's one of the junk that's hanging on. That's a lot of the stuff that we don't want to face. Mm-hmm. And there's stuff in our lives that we feel in ourselves, and we think that if we hide it well enough, nobody will know, and that it will go away.
It doesn't go away.
It doesn't go away.
It keeps knocking at the door until you're ready to hear it and until you're ready to look at it. And you can see it without getting emotionally involved with it again, and then just sending it away with love. I'm done with that. I lived it. Thank you very much. Now please leave. But until we do that, it's going to keep coming up. So just face your shadow side. It's okay. We all have it. We're all human. We've all been through it. Just let it go.
Face your shadow side. That's what, and that's what's going on in the planets right now, is it's really making us look deep inside and look deep into our soul. And Sagittarius is really one of those signs that are exciting. Sagittarius are wonderful because they're so forgiving. They can just say, "Oh, that was terrible," and then 3 hours later they're like, "Oh, did something happen?" I'm all about doing whatever we're doing. It's working for me. So it's a good energy to have that.
And that's a great life concept, to not get too much involved in the stuff that comes up for us. Go with the flow. Stay fluid. That is how the universe works. It's better when it's fluid. That way you don't get stuck in any one energy or in any emotion. You're more free to just allow when that happens. So surrender to whatever comes your way. That's the best way to deal with it.
Surrender to whatever comes your way, right?
Yes.
No way. I'm
Yes.
like, of course.
We can say that, but it's difficult for a lot of people.
Well, it is, because you're always in the, do I listen to the little angel on the left or the little angel on the right? The little angel on the left might have horns and, and telling you, go do this. And really you're putting yourself in situations that are for your best health, or best interest, or highest good. But you know what? When you make those choices to step out of the comfort zone, there's always a lesson. And that's what this next 2-week energy is also about, is the lessons. If you're not on the right track, you're going to be getting some serious lessons coming up. So instead of being worried if that's going to work for you or be good for you, and you start going through it, just, maybe take some of that Neptune energy and just roll with it and be forgiving. There's been a lot of stuff going on, and there always is, and everything, the moon, the planets, that's what I like to study. Mm-hmm. Is what's going on in the planets, because it brings such comfort to know that it's not only you going through this energy, and that you might feel really, really tired. I think a lot of people in the last couple of weeks have felt really drained. A lot of people get the SAD disorder.
Yes.
The seasonal, is it?
Affective disorder.
Yeah. So a lot of people, I think, also go through sadness because not everybody has a big family at Christmas time with a lot of people in their life, and some people, I think, get sad because they can't afford to buy people the things they want and would rather hide than have to admit that they can't afford things.
And there's also a lot of people that lose loved ones close to Christmas time, so they avoid by going away somewhere, then they don't have to deal with it. And that's okay if that's your coping mechanism, but at some point you're just going to have to accept.
Yeah, and that, just the energy that we have been going through, this whole year really has been a transformational year for our spirit, and for how we see ourselves and what we're willing to. It's been a real challenging time, and what's deep inside of us wanting to come out.
It's really been pushing us to look inside, to go inside and heal within.
Yes, and so that means pulling out the garbage. Like we've been going back like 8 years, going back, and now like just the way that the planets are aligned, they bring up different energy. And say we ended up going back into like 2014 energy. What was happening with that energy then has happened again with that same lineup with the planets. So when those things happen, we tend to repeat that energy, or we learn from it and grow from it and fix it. Because sometimes, it takes that long.
It does.
Sometimes it takes that long before we realize what's going on with our energy.
And that's okay if that's how you learn, but it can be a lot easier if you learn the first time, so that it doesn't have to come back around so many years later.
So and that's easier said than done.
It is, but that is our work, is to, again, be in the flow. Just allow more things to come, and when it does come, question it. Why did that come up again? What did I say? What did I do to bring this back up again? Someone new might have come into your life, and they're bringing that back to you so that you can heal it. It's a wound. It's okay to have that. Just bring it love, and then let it go.
And that's a lot of the energy. What we're doing right now is, Mercury retrograde happens about 4 times a year. So it's a little planet. It's always zooming around the sun, and we're always going forward and backward and forward and backward with Mercury retrograde. Mercury is a very highly magnetic planet, so when it comes close to Earth, like today, it's stationary, and that's why we are sharing the YouTube show right now rather than going live just on Facebook. We're sharing the YouTube live, and I'm not sure how that's working, because as soon as we got here, I tried to connect to the Wi-Fi and everything, and that's just not happening. And that's regular for Mercury when it's not only retrograde, but today it's stationary, which means that by Sunday, Mercury is going to be going direct again. And that will leave only Neptune out of all of the planets that isn't retrograde. So there's almost always something in retrograde, which just means that the energy from that planet is going backwards, which means it's making you review. It's reviewing what just happened in that last session of since the last time it was in retrograde. So we're always going through review. So we're almost out of review and starting to last year for the first, I think it was month of 2018, all of the planets were direct. And that very rarely happens, that everything goes direct. And all the energy was just going forward, forward, forward. And then everything went, almost all of the planets by May, almost all of the planets were in retrograde at the same time. And that had everything in retrograde, which was something that doesn't happen very often either. So we've really had to deal with a lot of hurry up and get some stuff done, and then hold on, think about it. Did you do the right thing? And then, but right now we're in self-doubt mode. So if you're feeling that you're not on the right track, that what you've been doing is not serving you, that what's going on inside is not complementing what you really want to do with your life, or maybe you're just second judging everything you're doing right now. Yeah, that's the energy of the planets. That's what's going on. If you feel that way, that's probably normal. And, but the answer though is maybe just slow down and go with the flow a little bit for the next couple weeks, because things are going to shift and they're going to change up here before the next full moon.
December usually is a very busy month, and we don't give ourselves enough time to slow down, sit down, and rest, just be. We feel guilty. Well, there's so much to do. Yes, there is, but it will be accomplished, and it's accomplished much easier when we have a rest, and that's a recharge for us. So fill up your battery, have a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, sit in the sunshine, and just relax. It'll get done. It always does.
I think going outside and really making that effort every single day, even if you're sick or whatever you're going through, make that effort every day to be in the sunlight and be in nature, even if it's just, taking the garbage out to the back alley or something, enjoy that time a little bit. It's really important to connect with nature on a regular basis.
And the fresh air is very good for you too. Mm-hmm. It helps to cleanse and clear the lungs, and take a couple of really deep breaths and just breathe it in and breathe it out, and just be in that nature. That's very important.
Yeah, it is. I think salt bath too. If you're really feeling the fuzzies, like today, I would think with the new moon energy, with Mercury coming out of the new moon, which they also refer to as dark moon because it's also in shadow, which means that you really can't even see the moon when it's going through the sky at this point, because it's in shadow, it's dark, and a lot of times people feel off. So even if you have kids, kids are accepted, they can feel this energy. And I was just talking with a person this week, and she mentioned that, it seems like every couple of weeks this kid acts up. I'm like, does it have anything to do with the full moon? What do you mean? She's never ever, thought that it could be something rather than, maybe the kid ate something wrong the night before. And I said, well, why don't you start tracking? And then she said, no, it was exactly 2 weeks ago today that he's 11 and he had an issue. We all have issues, but this little guy had an issue, and it wasn't very nice. And then, 2 weeks later, oh no, he's having another issue.
Dear.
But I said, well, do you notice that? Is it within 3 days before the full moon? Because that's when our energy, or 3 days before a new moon, that's when our energy from the last 2 weeks all gathers up and says, okay, now deal with it. And if we don't deal with it, it could explode on us, and then that's not very nice to other people.
Because someone's going to be on the receiving end of that.
Yeah, and then, within minutes, it seems like, after that full moon has happened, like tonight, we're going to have the new moon. On the west coast, it's at 11, so between 11, 12, probably around 12 here, in the prairies in Alberta, because we're right in Alberta here, near just down at Lethbridge, and so we should be getting the full moon around midnight, or the new moon around midnight, and then by the East Coast it'll be around 2. So that's where, we're always shifting. But by tomorrow, we should feel a lot better, because things are going to, and by Sunday, Mercury's going to be going direct again. So it will be out of messing with our energy, and that will help.
Definitely will help. There's a lot of people calling and asking me, what in the heck is going on?
Mm-hmm.
What am I feeling? How come I'm feeling so out of it? Well, part of that is we're not grounding.
Yes.
That grounding is very, very important. You can do that in meditation. We'll do some of that.
Are you going to have a grounding meditation for us today too?
Yes.
Good, we all need that. So make sure you stick around to the end of the show, because on Debbz Den we always have a meditation that helps you get through the week. And whatever is going on, that's what we focus on, so that, it's the last 5 minutes or so of the show, and we just take you through a few steps to help ease the stress.
Right. And you mentioned the salt bath. So that is a very good way to ground yourself, to get back into that water. Water is a conductor of energy.
Yes.
It also washes away what's holding on and needs to be released. And don't we just love a nice warm bath, especially on a cool winter day?
I'm kind of like hot tub instead.
Well, it's got a hot tub hot in it, and allow that to help you as well. But an Epsom salt and sea salt bath is really good to help your body cleanse of that energy as well.
Well, some of the swimming pools have salt water.
Yes.
And I really like to do my swim and then have the hot tub. And
that's perfect.
And maybe a sauna. That's just my favorite thing for relaxing. It's just getting in a good swim, get some good exercise, and it's just stress-free kind of exercise.
Well, see, that's another thing, is people don't move their body enough in the winter. We want to just
cold.
hibernate. Yes.
Too cold
it's
to
too
go out
cold
there.
and too slippery to go outside, but we still need to have that movement to flow the energy through our bodies.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever it is, whether it's 15 minutes of exercise in your house, up and down the stairs, yoga is very good for that, mini trampoline, whatever it takes, just get some exercise. Swimming is also a good way to do that.
That's my favorite.
Good.
On a beach down in
that would be my
Mexico is
favorite.
even better. Just in case somebody wants to take me to Mexico, I'd like to go. What else do we have here? Well, with this energy that has been going on, particularly in the last little couple of weeks, it's really been a roller coaster,
Very much so.
And I think it always is around Christmas, like we were saying, that people always have a lot to deal with, and the easiest thing, I think, is just to make a plan, and then, once you've got a plan, relax, start shopping in January next year. That's what I do. I kind of have a corner where I shop.
And you can ask for help.
There's a thing also too, hey,
Get your family involved.
get everybody doing a little bit, and many hands make light work. And,
Yes.
teach the young ones, they can help cleaning and doing work and everything too, and
Definitely.
get everybody involved. Don't leave people out. And I think that's important too, is that if you know of somebody who's going to be spending Christmas alone and spending, time alone, or that they're lonely this time of year, do reach out and be, maybe you might be that only voice in the whole month that they hear that means anything to them. So it's always good, especially if you're a light worker or a spiritual person. It's always good to be good to people and be forgiving.
And I've done that on several Christmases where there's a single mom with a little child and there was no place to go. So come on in, we've got enough. We always have enough food. Invite people into your home. That's what Spirit of Christmas is all about.
I don't think we've ever had a Christmas at my house, and I have a big family. I'm the youngest of 7, and I have probably 40 nephews and nieces and grandnieces all together.
That's a big family.
Yeah. So our dinners are usually between 25 to 30 people. And you know what? I think we've always had somebody new at each dinner, somebody who just, happened to be in the neighborhood or just something. We always like to include somebody new. And they're always, a lot of times it's people who are visiting from other countries.
Beautiful.
Yeah. My nieces or whatever will say, oh, I'm going to bring my friend along. And So it's always nice to have somebody who hasn't got a lot of family around here and just invite them in and show them some Canadian hospitality.
That's right. Why not?
I seen a thing on Facebook this week that said that Canada is the most Christmassy country in the world. We shared that on just a few, I think it was yesterday or the day before. Somebody shared it to the Just TV webpage. Our Facebook page is Just TV.
Way to go, Canada.
Yeah, we win. We're the nicest. And I hope we can keep up that kind of kind people in Canada attitude.
You know, it doesn't have to be just at Christmas time. Let's carry this on throughout the year.
Maybe not the giving all the time, because that's expensive.
But giving doesn't have to be a gift that I buy at the store. Giving can be opening my door to you to have either an energy session or come and have a meal, a share time with our family. It can be just giving a hug and a friendly smile. It can be many different things, but the giving and the receiving of love needs to happen every single day.
It sure does. Every day. And, you know, don't leave people out. But the one thing you mentioned, the energy. You do energy healing. Can we talk about your energy healing?
Sure.
So that'd be cool. Tell us about that.
Well, energy. We're all energy. So when we focus on healing our energy, because we've all been hurt, we've all been programmed and damaged in relationships and families and schools and whatever else, society, we have to unprogram ourselves from that. So the energy healing helps to adjust the energy centers in the body. And a lot of times we carry with us our past lives. There's things that come up that I don't know why it's bothering me in this lifetime. I've never met a crocodile, so I don't know why I'm afraid of them, but it comes up in energy sessions as needing to be healed. You're laughing because?
Because I was in a sweat lodge last week.
Okay.
And I seen a crocodile.
Oh, did you?
And I go to the sweat lodge. I go to Joanne Dean's sweat lodge regularly when she has them, and I find them so transforming. But every time I see different animals, because I'm a seer, I can see through. I'm a medium, and I do see past life also. And for some reason, I seen a crocodile.
Wow.
So for you to come up with a crocodile, I was like, oh my God. Because it was just like a week ago that I was in the lodge, and I see all kinds of like birds and deer, elk. I've seen a polar bear, but I've never, like, you know, we're in the northern hemisphere. I was like completely shocked to see a crocodile. Why did you bring a crocodile?
Because that was one of my most prominent sessions, because this lady was absolutely terrified of crocodiles. And she'd never seen one. She had no reason to be afraid. But we healed that in the energy session, because in her session she saw this crocodile.
Right.
And she became friends with it. She realized that it was just an energy of this crocodile that had made her afraid. So it was a past life thing.
And now shivers.
Now she's not afraid. But it's facing that again, facing whatever comes up to be healed. And the energy sessions are always very, very powerful to allow the body to release what we've been holding on to. And we might not have any idea what we're holding on to or why, but it does come up in the session. So I highly recommend people take advantage of those energy sessions. So if you're interested in a session, you can call me at 403-315-9806.
So 315
9806.
9806. 403?
Yes.
Okay. So that is good, because a lot of times it is our energy that is off balance. And that's why, and like, you know, if it was something from a past life, and I do see past lives, like they just come like visions to me, and I have no understanding of where or when or why. It's just I start getting visions, and it's always the sitter who figures out what's going on.
Right.
Because so I do readings also, and I'm DebbzDen.com, and I will be on Saturday at the Handmade Market at the exhibition grounds. If you want to come see me, I'll be doing sessions all day from 9 till 4. I do have some morning bookings, but if you can come in anytime and maybe see what's in your past life, maybe we can clear some energy.
That would be awesome.
Yes. There's lots of very powerful people in Lethbridge, which is a really fun place. I love Lethbridge, and I know that the Spiritual Center, that's at 425 11th Street South, they have meditations that, well, today is at 5:30, and that would be $10, and that's for an hour and a half meditation with singing bowls and all kinds of stuff, and it's just absolutely spiritually diving in and toning up. And even by using the bell or the singing bowls, that actually you can feel your vibration moving, and that's always fun. And we have Dana Rust that comes in on Mondays for breath work for $20 from 5:30 to 7. And that is I haven't had a chance to do that yet, but I've heard outstanding remarks from the Laughing Oak Cottage that Dana runs, and that's something if you want to try, just do it once, and that's fun. And then there's also we got circles running too if you're interested in mediumship, and also you can contact the Spiritualist Center. And there is also a potluck coming up. Might as well do my Spiritualist Center. They do sponsor me here at Jess FM, and I get to take their courses and stuff. So I'm always taking a course and always learning and always growing, and that feels really good.
It sure does. Absolutely.
It does feel good to always be with like-minded people and always growing.
And when you're in that space of like-minded and like-souled people, your energy increases, and so does everyone else's.
Yeah, it is like a collective conscious.
Yes.
You can tell, like, the whole room feels powerful, and it feels spiritually uplifting, and it's always so full of love and peace and kindness in the energy, which is really great when you're an empath. And
Yes.
When an empath feels, a lot of time they'll feel alone.
Mm-hmm.
They'll feel like, I'm the only one that feels this way. I'm the only one that feels like my life is just crap. And that's another thing that we're going through too, is where the ego is saying, why me? Why am I always going through this junk? Like, why does this always happen? And that's another thing that the planets are bringing in this week too, is that why me feeling. Which, well, by the 17th will flip over and you'll start feeling better about yourself again.
So we got a little while. Hang on.
Yes, because what are we at today? The 6th?
Yes.
So a few more days of this, why me, poor me.
I'm glad that you brought up the empath, because I was wanting to mention that. Being an empath, you feel everyone else's energy and emotion and everything that they're going through. So I helped a lady today who really felt like she needed to be committed because she was just carrying such a big burden. And talking her through it and just being with her and putting my hand gently on her shoulder just helped her to calm right down. So we need to make sure we take care of our energy bodies. So listening to 432 hertz music,
That's what I recommend.
very good for that. Listening to a singing bowl meditation is very good for that. Having a singing bowl that you use with your own space is very helpful as well. And angelic music, something that's calming and relaxing. I love the angel sounds because it just fits right into my soul, and I just start vibrating right away. It's very, very helpful.
Physically, science can prove that you are actually vibrating at it.
Yes.
Because that music is coming in. It is actually changing you at a cellular level. So if you're feeling a lot of blockages, you're feeling a lot of, I don't know what's going on kind of energy, then it is important for you to listen to that positive sounds. Listen to the positive 423 hertz, megahertz energy. We, in the since 2014, have gone from like an 8.2 hertz that resonates over the planet for many years. We've always been at this since World War II. There's an energy, and then they changed the energy, the frequencies going. 5G is now affecting us too. Personally, it's affecting our body. It's lowering our vibration. So when the 5G energy hits us, that can be draining us, and we don't know, oh my gosh, I feel so tired, I feel lightheaded, I just really want to lay down, and then you have all this energy and you don't want to do anything. That's a lot of the 5G, and listening to the positive music, rebooting your cells at a cellular level, listening to the singing bowls, redoing and recharging your chakras. I think recharging the chakras is important too, okay?
It's vital.
Yeah.
We are all energy systems, so if we don't have anything in proper alignment, if everything is scattered and you just feel all over the place, you have to get that center and balance back. And that's where the meditation is very important. And taking a time out is one of the best things that you can do for yourself. Especially when you're gathered around family and children and there's noise and there's people in the kitchen and you hear everything. Just take a time out and take some deep breaths. Just go into the bathroom, lock the door, and just take some quiet time for yourself. It's very important.
Well, yeah, you can always say, oh, I just got to go to the bathroom and, and wash your hands while you're there too. It's really important, especially if you're starting to feel stressed out, like somebody's made a huge mess of something and you don't want to be upset about it. Something just didn't go right. Rather than lashing out, just, I got to go wash my hands, and just step out and take that 3 minutes to wash the energy off. Because, not all families get along like wonderful, beautiful, Some families don't get along, I think.
You're right.
My family gets along.
Sometimes we just coexist and we're pleasant with each other, allowing each other space to be who we are. But we don't have to rub each other the wrong way. We can just be coexisting in peace. And that's showing compassion for other people when we do that. Because it just allows each one of us, with no expectation, to just be who we are. And that's who we bring. And just shining your light into that space, being who we are, being our authentic selves, that resonates with everyone else. It raises the vibration of everybody else involved. So that's what I like to do, is just be there, and I intend to shine my light and spread it into the room. And just watch the difference that makes. It just calms everybody down.
I like to stir it up.
I know you do, but sometimes we don't need that stirring. We just need that inner peace.
No, they need it. My family is more like, one person will say something, this happened to me, I don't feel so good. So that's like world news, everybody else. Everybody, hey, did you know who's going through what? And then within 15 minutes, the whole clan, everybody knows somebody's going through shit. stuff. Somebody's having a bad day, everybody's got to pray for this person, and all 40 of us will start praying. And then next thing you know, they got a new car or something. I'm used to miracles. I really am. I'm used to miracles happening in my life on a regular basis. Even when something seems like horrible, all of a sudden it's like, wow, if that didn't happen, I wouldn't be where I am right now.
There's always a miracle.
Yeah.
Every single day, if you pay attention, if you're looking for that instead of looking for the negative, what bad is going to happen today? Turn that around. What miracles am I going to receive today?
What am I going to succeed over today?
And I'm open to receive.
Yeah. I even had like a really bad power bill last month, like $399. I was like, oh my God, I've never seen one of those in my life.
Wow.
So of course I phoned the energy company and complained about it, and it ended up they gave me an $80 credit, and then they said it'll take 2 months to go on the budget, and they put me on the budget the next day.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that was something that I was like, stress, help. And then I actually took the time and sat on the phone for an hour and a half and, dealt with it. And I feel much better.
That's good.
I feel like it's been a total blessing that I got that junk, that I got that bad thing, because it forced me to get into a more secure place where now I know how much my bills are going to be, $156 a month for power and electricity.
Good.
Which is a little bit less than my sister, who's really, really smart with money. So it's nice that, that when you take something that's bad and you face it, then once you face it, then you can deal with it. And once you deal with it, you might realize that was the best thing that could have happened, was that junk.
That's right.
If that junk didn't happen.
Are you feeling lots of tingling going on?
It's been off and on. I did when we talked about the crocodiles.
My head has not stopped tingling since we got here.
Oh, good.
So that means we've got a lot of help in this room. to bring forth
now,
the message
now,
that is
now
important.
got it.
There you go.
Now it's hitting me.
Yes, wonderful. Just feels so good.
Yes. So we're going to put that energy out also to people who are watching or listening, and just ask that the angels go to them and everybody else who sees this show, that they see it as not just a show, but a place where energy extends from here with us and goes through the airlines and goes to each of you that are listening, especially those on the radio that are listening across the world. And they may be seeing things in the news that are frightening. There might be things going on in South Africa that are terrifying, but to know that there's always hope, that there's always going to be an upside. No matter how bad things look, there's always an upside. And sometimes bad stuff's got to happen so we see the upside.
And pay attention to when those bad things happen, how many people come to aid. That's the upside. That we are all human and we all want people to be happy and healthy, and we'll help in any way that we can. And the important thing is not to put yourself too much into the energy of the negative, because that pulls you down. We want to stay happy and positive and healthy and peaceful. So that's doing our inner work, staying grounded, doing our meditation, but also being a silent observer. Yeah, those things might be happening around the world, the earthquakes in Alaska.
Oh, that, yeah.
You can't change that. That's part of the earth doing her cleansing.
Yeah. And you know what? You cannot pay the earth to say, I'll give you so many billions of dollars if you don't explode this week.
No, but what you can do is you can send the earth love.
Yes.
Send Mother Gaia love.
And ground.
Yes. Grounding. I know it's cold, but just go outside and see that energy flowing through you and down into the earth. Take some time. That's where the sunshine comes in. Stand in that sun and be receptive to allow that energy to flow into the earth. And send love to everyone in Alaska. Pray for them. Prayer is so powerful.
There was another one, New Caledonia. I just had one that was 7.8, I think, yesterday.
And that's in California?
No, that's kind of more out in the Pacific, out in the middle of nowhere, kind of by Hawaii-ish.
So I've read many things and heard many different stories about Mother Earth doing a lot of moving and shifting around the coastal lines. So if you live in those areas on the beaches or around the beaches, get more inland, because there's going to be more to come, and the water is being placed properly on the earth so everybody has water. We have more water than we do actual earth.
Yeah.
So the water is shifting, and get yourself to safety.
The planet is shifting.
Yes, everywhere.
Yeah, and there's, that's science. That's science. And the solar flares too, with the Schumer, the Schumer effect. You can look that up too if you sometimes feel like you're being nuked. Like you probably are. You might be one of those sensitive impact kind of people who are feeling energy coming at them, and it's just making your whole body feel like it's vibrating and hurting, and you got a headache, and your ears are ringing, and you're wondering, I'm going to pass out.
Go have a bath.
Yes. Have some water, and then say, okay, I get it.
And receive it.
And receive that energy, and then let it pass through. Because the more you resist that energy, the harsher it's going to be on you. So just like, wonder if that's an earthquake energy. And once you recognize it, it almost like flows through a little easier.
Right.
Rather than your body's like, oh my gosh, I don't want this to happen.
Well, the resistance is a big part of it for people. Don't resist, just allow. Allowing it brings more clarity and more good energy for you, and therefore bringing more good energy for everybody else. So always intend for the best. And if you don't know what to do, let somebody else know what you're going through, because I'm sure someone else is going to be feeling that too, and reach out for help.
That's what's nice about having family and close friends, or even having a community like I do at the Spiritualist Center. And when we meet, and there's also on Sunday nights there's service there on Sunday nights at 7 till 8:30, and there's always a healing, and that's also a really nice place, especially if you've lost someone, I think, and you kind of feel that maybe you believe in life after death, and you might want to have a message. The Spiritualist Center is there for those people, and I believe that that's what their goal is to raise the vibration, to help you know that there is more to life than just this body.
I will just mention that I was there a couple of weeks ago. I was actually supposed to be speaking, but Spirit was in the room, and someone else who needed to speak more than me was speaking. But my brother came through, and he just passed in February. And that was a very powerful reading. And
that gives me shivers just remembering.
My brother and I didn't get along.
And she knew it.
And she knew it. However, he did say we would have each other's back if somebody got in the way.
Yeah.
So it was very important to know that, and that he's here with us, and he wants to be with me when I choose a new vehicle. And
it was about the car. He wanted her to check a new car out.
And he's very stubborn, just like me, and that's how we get things done. But we also have to learn not to be stubborn and pig-headed all the time. Pull back a little bit and be an observer instead of being in the middle of things, especially at Christmas time. My partner and I like to just step back and just let people come to us. And when we do, it's very, very amazing how people just start resonating to our space. Because they see our calm, they see our presence without us having to be vocal about anything. Very, very nice.
Yes, and that is, putting it out there that I'm here to help people. And people who need help are going to find you at the right time.
They certainly do.
That's what I believe anyway. So we're getting close to almost time. The hour always flies by so fast.
Always does.
It always does. So I let Tammy know today. I don't really think I have a lot. I'm feeling Mercury retrograde today. I can tell it's standing next to us. I just don't feel up to it. So I asked Tammy to kind of make sure she's got lots to talk about. So she came in with nothing. But
yet I'm talking.
But she's got it all. She didn't need notes. No. So I was like, yeah, that's right. We can always have a good chat. And I just want to thank Tammy for coming in also, because, it was you that got me started here. I was like, do what? And I never, ever thought that I would be having my own. Well, I kind of did have it in my mind that I wanted my own show. I've been in acting for quite a few years, and I started back in the 70s acting, and always liked being on film. But the opportunity that Jesse Palmer has had, that he gives everybody here in Lethbridge, if you have an idea for a show, or if you would like to do something, drop us a line on Just TV Facebook, or go to the website, and there's places there. And or you can go over to the Mac store on 6th Avenue there, and Jesse is usually there during the day. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of our shows start at that Mac store on 6th Avenue South, because Jesse is just fantastic, and I really appreciate him giving people a platform like us. So thanks and kudos to Jesse. Merry Christmas to everybody. What else have we got?
Well, I want to talk about the peace.
Okay.
We always say to people, have a Merry Christmas. So that means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. Peace is something that we want all the time. And when I was in my 20s, before I had my son, I craved peace. I didn't realize, though, that it was an inside job. You can't look outside of you for peace. You have to create it within yourself. You have to challenge the tough times. You have to absorb your own choices, because we choose.
Lay in the bed you made.
Yes, we choose. And you can choose to get out of a bad situation just like you chose to get into it. I got into one of those, and I had to choose how to get out, and I had to surrender in order for the answers to come. When you're in a place of grief and sadness, when you're in a lot of pain, when there's so much going on, and say someone has passed or they're in the hospital, you might not be able to do anything about that. But what you can do is take care of yourself in that time and find your own inner peace and ask for help. Take a break and have an extra rest if you need it. But being aware, very aware of who you are, what's happening around you without getting too involved, is very important. So my inner peace came from me starting to look inside of myself and forgiving myself, forgiving others as well. Forgiveness is huge to the peace that we want. We want to give peace to everyone else, but you can't give what you don't have yourself. So if you're giving to everybody else this Christmas, what about receiving some of the same back? And that's how we find our peace, is giving and receiving. It's an energy exchange, and you take that receiving away when someone says, no, I can't take that from you, but I want to give to you. There's people in my life that don't want to receive, but I want the joy of giving.
Yeah.
And how can I give if you won't receive? So please allow yourself to receive as well as to give. And that's how we find our inner peace. And share your love. Be light, be happy, be at one with yourself. And that's the best way to show peace into the world. And love is always the answer. Always.
And forgiveness.
Forgiveness is huge.
I had a little, I've had things in my life too, always. And I really find that when you go through the process of forgiveness, and it is a process, you can't just say, oh, I forgive them. And I go to the sweat lodge, and that just seems to extract everything out. I sweat it out, or whatever happens there. Or we go to the singing bowls, I go to the meditations, or I go see a practitioner that can help me. And I think that once we realize that we're spiritual beings, and we are having a body experience, that when we take that spirit and treat it as what it is, which is who we are really, and we nurture that light within us by putting it in positions where things are good, then that's where we find that inner peace. I think it's when we completely forgive somebody who's hurt us, when we completely forgive the person who smashed our car, or we completely forgive the people who stole from us, or completely forgive somebody who's really, really hurt us. That is where you can start to grow again. And that's what the energies that's coming in the next couple weeks are. It's going to be about a quest. So I want people to focus on, for Christmas season here, on what is your quest? What are you after? What do you expect to happen? What is your quest? And because we are in such extreme energy, today's the perfect day to decide, I want to do this with my life. So today's a good day to do that start.
And take the steps forward then to complete that. It starts with you. Universe will meet you halfway, but you have to do the work. And that's okay. So take the baby steps, talk to people, figure out how you can go where you need to go. Or maybe don't do anything, just ask the questions internally and let the answers show themselves. And they always do. But we have to be quiet enough to listen for that.
So Mars conjunct Neptune, that's bringing up all your private stuff that you don't want to talk about. And you know what? Neptune is actually wanting you to believe your own junk.
Oh.
Yeah. So if you were running through your head, everything's going to be okay, everything's going to be fine, I'm just going to stay in this really crappy situation and it's all going to work itself out. That's Neptune telling you, just shut up and do it. And then there's Mars saying, no, challenge that. So there's a bit of, there's things going on. And if you feel really conflicted, you'll get over it. A couple more weeks. On the 17th, things change.
Yay.
Yay. So you know what, when you look at astrology, and even in the Bible it says that there's messages in the sun and the moon and the stars will let you know what's going on in the world. They're there for a reason, and it seems pretty divine to me. The whole situation seems divine to me with all the planets, and it's just a little bit beyond our comprehension, but it is there as guidelines. And I don't know if you believe in the matrix or that we're all just part of it, and there's something that is greater, that it has a plan for us. And if you trust that there is a greater plan for us, that there is something more in us that needs to be, then that's what it is.
Perfect. Love it.
Just looking to make sure that that's moving.
So why don't we get ready for our meditation? We have about 6 minutes before 5 o'clock.
Okay, yep. Well, just making sure. Yeah, we're still good.
Okay, so if everybody would just, if you're in a vehicle, pull over. If you're at home, just go into a quiet space, sit comfortably or lie down. And just breathe deeply in and then out. This allows you to balance your energies, to calm and to be relaxed, to get into a place of peace and ease, and feeling the connection now to Source. So imagine yourself sitting in a pyramid. And in this pyramid, it is vibrating, it is full of high energy. It is bringing to you the glory of everything in the universe. And picture rainbow energy coming through the peak above your head. It comes into your space, going through your crown, coming down into your third eye, throat, heart, solar plexus, sacral chakra, and root chakra at the bottom of your spine. And now this energy is flowing down into Mother Gaia. And as you breathe in that beautiful, wonderful rainbow energy. Rainbow colors of the chakras, enhancing, releasing any junk, any blockages, removing any density, removing any feelings of scarcity, lack, fear, feeling of not being good enough, not being worthy, for that is not the truth. Allowing ourselves to feel at peace, to feel at one with each other, allowing that source energy to flow and expanding now from your heart center out into the space of the room and into your neighborhood, into your city, into the province, into the country, and now around the world. See this rainbow energy like a blanket encompassing Mother Gaia and her inhabitants. And with this energy, we bring love, compassion, forgiveness, peace, and joy in this season of giving and receiving. We feel this energy now connecting to every other soul on the planet, bringing energy, love, and happiness to the planets of change, bringing in the new systems of the 5D, letting go of the 3D energy, bringing in positivity, happiness, joy, and peace. Breathing in again and breathing out, feeling this rainbow energy encompassing you completely like a great big hug. Feeling the vibrations, feeling the body tingle, feeling goosebumps, I call them angel bumps. Allowing every bit of your space to feel this loving energy. And as you call in your angels and your guides to be present with you in this space, ask them also to assist you with being consistent in this place of peace, bringing you complete awareness to when you need to balance yourself, to be open to hearing the messages that are coming for you, allowing and receiving, being blessed, being grateful for all of the blessings that you have now. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude is huge for peace. Send out that gratitude now to your neighborhood, to the first responders, to the police, to the firemen, To all of the people in the hospital now that are taking care of our loved ones, let's send everyone in the hospital an extra bit of love. For all of those that are ill, that can't be with their families, let's send them an extra burst of this rainbow energy. Pushing that out now to surround the doctors and the nurses, everyone in the healthcare system, so that everyone can receive good, helpful, loving care in this Christmas season. And hopefully no one needs it. But if they do, it's there. Sending now this rainbow energy to our past loved ones, knowing that they are dancing in heaven because we will soon all be reunited in our 5-dimensional energies, in a place of complete bliss, constant love and forgiveness and care. Just imagine holding hands with everyone that has passed, like a merry-go-round of love around the world. Here we are holding hands together in peace and in joy, in love and in gratitude. Another deep breath in and out. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes and come back to your room. Come back to your present body, giving gratitude and thanks for all that you have and for all that you will receive as miracles show up in your life every single day. Merry Christmas, everyone. Have a joyous, wonderful, peaceful time. And love yourself and love everyone else. For love is always the answer. Thanks, Deb.
Oh, thanks, Tammy. That was a beautiful meditation. I feel love.
Good.
Yeah, and it makes me want to just reach out to every single person who's watching, listening, viewing the podcasts anytime you want. You can get a hold of me on DebbzDen.com. There's my information there if you want to send me a text, or on any of these shows if you want a private link. That would be fine. I am going to be at the exhibition grounds this weekend. If you want to come say hello, I'd love to see you. Even if you want to just chat. If I'm not too busy, I would love to meet anybody who wants to talk to me. And just letting you know that we're going through changes right now, and there's the dark moon. It's that time of letting everything that's happened in the last month go, and tomorrow's going to be a brand new day. So tomorrow is going to be a brand new energy. So what if you felt like, oh my God, this has been bad, don't worry. It's all going to be good tomorrow. Things are going to get better, and then by the 17th it's going to get even better, and then we're going to have like a 90s Christmas spirit going on here with the energy that's coming in. So I want everybody to just relax and enjoy this beautiful Christmas season, and let the things of fear and all that stuff just go. Just don't worry about it.
Just brush it off.
Brush it off. Have your salt bath. Go do some connecting.
Yes.
Connect with people. You know, Meetup is great.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to find people who are like you, go to Meetup. It's an app that you can check out, and there's a lot of good stuff there. So happy full moon, everybody. Oh no, not full
New moon.
It's a dark new moon. It's in shadow. So your energy is extreme today. If you're having bad time with your internet, don't call your providers. Just know that by Sunday Mercury is going to be going direct again, and it'll all be much, much better. Until the next time it goes retrograde.
So bliss and peace, everyone.
Thank you. Thanks to everyone for watching today, and bless everybody, and make sure you reach out to people who need it the most. And it's usually those cranky people who need the most love.
Give them a hug, even if they resist. Give them a hug, because they really need that.
Yeah, so remember, be nice to cranky people. It's that season where we're Canadians, and we're going to be nice.
To everyone.
To everyone. So, cheers to everyone. Thanks for watching Jess FM, Jess TV, and remember, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, and we are on the radio channel, and we are on our own website at jessfm.ca. You can find us anywhere, and you can find us shows are all logged up there too. So thanks for joining in, and have a fantastic day.
Namaste.
And we just check over here. You can keep talking a little bit, Tammy,
Okay.
while I say goodbye.
Well, it is really great. Thank you for having me. It's always wonderful to share with everyone.
Yes.
It's wonderful to let people know what's going on so that they can relax and know it's not them.
Thanks, Tammy.
Thank